January, and she's here to share her first-hand experience of having to survive this kind of tragedy. Please welcome Julie Zicha.
First, I just wanted to say thanks for having me here today. My son Ryan, he died last January 14th. He was 19 years old. Ryan was a great kid. He had so many friends and so many people that loved him. We just, as a family, moved here to Pocatello in 2007 from Spokane. And that was really difficult for Ryan, just simply because he was an openly gay person. And as you probably know, here being at this school, that it's kind of difficult to be alternative here in Pocatello. You know, it's different. It's hard to be accepted. But he found a way. You know, he spent a lot of time with kids locally here that were struggling with coming to terms with their own sexuality as they realized that they too were gay. He supported a lot of them, walked them through, was there, held their hands. You know, especially when they were going through the struggles of telling their parents that they were gay. He unfortunately also had some mental health issues. Ryan was a bipolar, and last October lost his medical insurance and wasn't being treated for the bipolar. You know, years and years and years of struggle, going back to age 14 with health issues, and then being here in this town for 2 or 3 years. You know, he went to school at Highland, and it was a really bad gig for him. He used to get beat up all the time. You know, they'd steal his stuff, they'd follow him into a party and drag him out in the snow. He was beat up by a group of guys at one party that I can remember. You know, so that weighed really heavy on his mind. And just being here in this town, you know, there's outright bullying, there's overt bullying, and it's a big hot button issue right now in this country. You know, there are kids dying all over from bully side. But there's also a less overt kind of bullying that happens, and that's from intolerance. You know, when you're different and people don't want to have you around, you're not accepted. You know, something as simple as just not acknowledging somebody because they have a different lifestyle and you don't understand it. You know, after a long period of time, that can really weigh down somebody's spirit as well. Last January 14th, my husband and I went to Boise for a trade show, and at 6:15 p.m., we got a message from our 19-year-old son that said, "Please forgive me. Always remember that it's not your fault. Always remember that I love you. And I'm up at Pebble Creek." And there was just no mistaking what that message was. There just wasn't. We were 250 miles away and couldn't do anything. It was the worst, most helpless feeling I have ever had in my whole life. And we tried desperately to reach him in time, trying to get the sheriffs there, but it was too late. Ryan had taken a gun from our home and walked a cat track up the side off of where skiers would be, and ended his life in just a moment. If he were here today, I can guarantee you that he would tell you that if he could take it back, that he would. You know, it leaves suicide leaves such a horrible imprint behind. It's devastating. And it just devastates the lives of everybody that's left behind. You know, no matter who it is, no matter how close they are to that person, they feel guilt. You know, there was something I what if I'd have called him? Maybe I should have done this, you know. It's a horrible situation. And I guess really what I wanted to say by coming here today is, if you find yourself in a position here or elsewhere where you see that somebody's being bullied, you know, try to do something about it. You know, there's strength in numbers. And if you stick together, that kind of stuff just doesn't happen. If you're a victim of bullying, there are a lot of places, there are a lot of people that care. You know, there's resources available. There's a community group here that started in Pocatello recently that I and many other community members are a part of, where we're working to build a resource center that's going to be called All Under One Roof downtown in Old Town Pocatello. It's not just for LGBT community members, it's for anybody who doesn't feel like they belong. It's for anybody who feels like they don't have a safe place to go. Okay? And we really hope to have that up and running sometime within the next couple months, as long as everything works out according to plan. We've had a space donated by a merchant here in town so that the rent will be free. It's just a matter of finding enough people to help us get it cleaned up and that kind of thing. You know, we're working to set up support groups that will be free of charge to people that feel like they need help. You know, whether it be identity issues, gender identity issues, sexual orientation issues, feelings or thoughts of suicide, drug addiction, whatever it is. You know, there are many counselors here locally that have agreed to donate time, so we're in the process of setting up those types of support groups for free. Outside of the area, there are organizations that care. You know, just find a way to reach out to somebody if you're in that situation. And if it's not you that's in that situation and you see somebody in the hall that looks like maybe they're having a bad day, you would be amazed at the power of a simple, "Hey, how's it going? You know, I'm here if you need somebody to talk to." It could literally be the difference between life and death, you guys. So, I'm really grateful that you've allowed me the opportunity to be here to talk with you. If there is anybody here that would be interested in helping out with either the local community group or the local, there's a nonprofit organization that I've just started that's called Ryan's Rainbow Connection. That will be working on getting LGBTQ community members set up with any support that they may need. Whether it be some of the ones that I just mentioned, but also I want to set up a mentoring program. If there's any of you that would be interested in learning more about it, participating in any way, if you want information about the support groups or where this resource center might be, I mean, if there's anything at all that I can do to help, that's what my mission in life is now. Because if I can save one family from having to go through what my family's been through this last year, I will do it. You know how to get a hold of me, right? So, you know, you can get my email address there, or there was recently an article in the paper as well about it that has information on how you can get a hold of me. I just wanted to thank you for having me.